let me just walk through the assignment of the research essay a little bit. And we've got this sort of subtitle here, Investigating Technology. And so I want to talk a little bit about the parameters of the assignment, but also about the technology angle, because some of you are somewhat concerned about that, and I can appreciate that. Asking a good research question. I can't tell you enough how important it is that I just don't want you to writing a broad, are cell phones good? Is the internet bad? Like it's not interesting, first of all, and you're not going to be able to say anything that hasn't already been said a million different ways already. So my strong suggestion is to find stuff that is happening in the world today, right now. Figure out a broader context to place it in, sometimes a narrower context, and then jump in with your argumentative perspective. What do you think people should think about this issue? How should they act? How should they behave? How should they, vote or eat or exercise, raise their kids, drive, anything? Essays that have a goal of influencing behavior, they always tend to be a little more. They have more functionality in them, rather than broad position statements. I am against cell phones. That doesn't accomplish much. It's just not fresh. I am very big on fresh thinking. So asking a good research question is by far your first step. You have a video in your week 7 assignments that you need to check out in order to fulfill that. Argumentative essay. I hope that's not a scary idea. Argumentative, you need to have a rhetorical agenda. That is to say, you've got to have changing minds and as your purpose from immediately. All right. So I know this is what you're wondering the most about. 7 full pages of text. I know one of the materials I gave you early on in the semester said 10. There were some curriculum changes, let's say, that happened a little bit after that, after I made these documents. So the minimum of text is 7 full pages, okay? And that can be a good essay. Good essays are B's. It's probably going to be an average essay. An average essay is a C. If you're really looking for an excellent essay, if you're looking for an excellent grade, you can see it over here. Think more like 10. All right, you don't have to think like 10, but if you're someone who's actually interested in earning an A, you know me. I'm not super easy when it comes to that. So 10 is by far the best way to get started on that. Okay, you need to have 7 of the following. Maybe I should even bold this. There we go. Editing in action. I don't care how you add them up. You have to have secondary and primary sources. Okay, your own primary research and secondary sources. Okay, so library and internet sources are secondary. You're not conducting the research. Someone else did it. You're the second line of defense. You're reporting on what they found. So they're secondary to you. They're one jump from your own experience, whatever. You also have to have at least one piece of your own primary research, though. And that's the cool thing about this class, is that we get to see for ourselves. So you can go conduct another observation. You can you'll of course produce all your notes like you did for our first and second invention journal. If you interview people, you'll provide transcripts, but interviews are great. Lots of people do surveys, questionnaires, online polls. And what you have to do is provide all that raw data at the end of your essay as well. I need to see, and with some statistical breakdown as well. So if you want to do, 4 secondary sources and 3 pieces of primary research, sure, go right ahead. You want to do 6 secondary and 1 primary? That's what a lot of students choose to do. Completely up to you. Okay, let's see what else. A topic or idea related to technology, and we can make that relationship as strong and bold or as tenuous as we like. So technology can take up one little tiny part of your essay, overall of your larger essay. It can be the entire point of your essay. Some of you, and rightfully so, are entitled to feeling a little burned out when it comes to technology, and this whole class being about one thematic sort of thing. So if you're really on fire to write about something else, just email me. We can figure out a way to make technology just a tiny little part of it, and go from there. So what else can I tell you? You have to ask yourself these questions. What is the purpose for this paper? What is your main research question? Good research questions, they tend to start with how or why. Okay, maybe I should put that in here somewhere. Okay, let's see. MLA or APA, I really don't care. Most of the time, what our department policy is. Whoa, no, microphone over. What our department policy is whatever your major is, that's the citation style you'll work within. And for like 98% of Stark State students, that style is APA. And so you we have I have this list here of majors. My goodness, am I going to sneeze? I might be sneezing. Okay, you can see all the different the categories. You can consult that if you want. If you just want to go straight to APA, no problem. That's what most people do. There's just MLA is just not as popular. There just aren't as many majors that utilize MLA as there used to be. Many disciplines have shifted over to APA. So if you want to just keep working in MLA, no problem. I just what I wrote all my college papers in, but I wrote all my grad school papers in APA. If that tells you anything about how times sort of change and evolve. I just don't go back and forth. Obviously, pick one, MLA or APA. Okay. In terms of citation, I outsource a lot of that stuff. I taught you citation styles last semester in college composition, or I meet you this semester with the expectation that you learned it from whoever you had for College Comp 1. So I'm not here to retread any of that, but your textbook has chapter 24 is on MLA, 25 is on APA. You can always use templates to make sure that you're formatted correctly, but all that stuff needs to be correct by the time I see it. And you need to completely share your secondary sources in your bibliography page called an appendix. All right. Lots of students don't do that, and it shows in the grade. Let's see. Cite all your secondary sources. You need to include one primary source that you use. Again, just like I didn't want essay 1 to be, the story of my observation. I don't want if it's a 7-page paper, 4 pages of it is just you talking about an observation you did or an interview you conducted. Well, you should know better, because you should view your primary research like a secondary source as something that's there to support a larger cause, to protect a larger argument. Okay. Other than that, I wanted to be able. I didn't think I had time with the week 7 screencast to describe the assignment in general. I'll have a lot more documents and a lot more to say about how to actually construct the research project as we get on. But right now we're at topic selection and just kind of learning about the assignment. So here we are. Send me your questions.